not every business, brother, everybody can do.
Yeah, true.
Not everyone can be, let's say, Nifa right now.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody can sing like Diamond.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do what everyone else is doing. But there are kind of opportunities that anyone can do. So I met the friend, he told me like, Wilbard, I'm doing a business part-time and I make at least 300 T shillings until 1 million T shillings. So for me, as a first year student, I was surprised. That was a very good income for a first year student.
1 million.
1 million is a lot, bro.
Yeah.
So I was so interested, and then I said like, okay, what do you do, bro? So then after 1 year, I started making good incomes a month, and it was really encouraging, inspiring for other youth. You know, I was able to pay for my own school fees, able to rent my own place. You know, I had good money. You know, you'd go out with friends sometimes. You know.
So welcome back to Make Your Own Destiny podcast, the podcast that inspires you to shape your future. Today, we're going to talk about technology, specifically AI and social media. As you know, AI has been trending right now, and a lot of people are using AI to make a lot of money. A lot of people are using AI to transform their lives. Also, on the other hand, a lot of people are losing their jobs to AI. I remember a long time ago, I used to hire people to write my scripts. But right now, with AI, I just use AI. I write a script which is better than any human can write. So it is a threat as well. And we have a guest here today who is an expert in that matter, meaning he uses AI and social media to make money, but he also helps a lot of people make money as well. He told me about his journey. I was so impressed and very interested. I was like, okay, let me bring him to MOD podcast so that he can share value with the people. As always, you know, we always care about the people. You probably have seen him in social media because he's big on social media and he's trending as well. And one thing I like about this guy, he always show up for business. If you see social media, you will see like he has something, you know. He knows what he's doing. The pictures and everything are always proper. You know what I mean? So he's good into branding, and stay all the way to the end because at the end of this video, he's going to talk about branding. You know, those best tips about branding that I'm sure you're going to benefit. I've noticed that a lot of people who are watching are not subscribed. So if you're watching this from YouTube, please subscribe, hit that like button, and let me know down in the comment section that which guest do you want to see on MOD podcast. With that being said, let me not talk so much because I have Wilbard here. Wilbard, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
And you came all the way here. We really appreciate for you coming.
Thank you so much for the invite. I'm so happy. I've been going through these podcasts. I've seen the work you guys are doing and it's really amazing and it is inspiring. So when you sent me that message the first time to give me that invite, I was like, okay, this is something really good. Yeah,
man, thank you. By the way, I really like your car. It's a very proper BMW. You know, I'm a very big fan of BMW.
For real?
I'm a very big fan of BMW, man. Like, I love BMW. You know, they say it's be my wife.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love BMW, bro. You know, I've used a couple of BMWs. I've used Mercedes. You know, people hype Mercedes a lot, but it cannot reach the level of BMW.
That's
the
amazing. Best. Yeah, I like BMW. You know, before I bought my first car, I gave myself a challenge, and then I said like, I want my first car to be a BMW X1.
Wow.
So, you know, some of my friends, you know, before you buy your car, you know, in Tanzania we buy cars cash. You know. Yeah, it's not by bonds or something, but we buy them cash. So you have to save a lot of amount of money so that you can purchase your car cash. Now on the process, while I was saving for my money, I had some cash, and then my friends would say like, why don't you just get another car? Right now, the level you are right now, you need to have a car. Just get any other car. There are ISTs, just get one car, any other car, and then you get to your first desired car later. And then I was like, yeah, it's okay, I can do that. But you do something that you really like and love the most.
True.
So the moment I said to myself, like, no, I'm going to commit myself and work so hard so that I can accumulate whatever that I can accumulate to get to buy my first car. So yeah, BMW has been a beautiful experience.
And actually, BMW is also a very good car. Like when you're trying to brand yourself, it's a very nice car. Because I've used BMW and I've also used IST. So I've seen the way people treat me when I'm in a BMW and when I'm in an IST. Yeah, it's crazy. I used to get like a lot of insults on the road just because I'm in an IST.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah, someone will even come and slap it like, take it out of the road.
Especially when you're a man driving IST. I'm not saying IST is a bad car, but the perception of people sometimes.
Yeah. And also like sometimes, when you have an IST, people will think that, okay, this guy is a very low level guy, or maybe he's very poor, but it's just a misperception. I think it's more of an ignorance that Tanzanians have. Yeah, because it's just a car. And IST, you can maneuver it very well, when you're going in town and stuff like that. But people are very judgy.
And I think another thing is most people, they define success and wealth based on what they see outside, especially based on what you drive. Because you might find somebody has or owns a house already, but he drives an IST. And you might find somebody maybe has a very expensive car, but he doesn't have a house.
Yeah.
So whenever you meet somebody with an AST, you just don't know what they have in the in the back. So yeah, I think it's true. It's just misconception, something like that.
Yeah, and one of the richest man in the world, Warren Buffett, he drives a very old car from the 70s until now, but he's worth more than 100 billion. So Tanzanians, watch out. Having an IST does not mean you should disrespect us on the road. My dad told me one thing, that a man makes a car, but a car does not make a man. So people should focus on not what you drive, but what drives you inside as a man. So you should not judge anyone based on their looks. But since we know most of you are ignorant and you will judge us based on our looks, then we're going to use that to our advantage. Anyway.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So, Wilbard, for people who don't know you, can you please share a bit of your journey, how you got started until today?
Okay.
Short story.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a very long story short.
Yeah.
So for somebody who is seeing me on this YouTube video or listening to this podcast for the first time, and you're wondering who is Wilbard.
Yeah.
So first, Wilbard is a youth advocate. So I'm a person that is so inspired and aspired to help and support the youth and how to help them maybe succeed in life in different ways, achieve their goals and dreams.
Okay.
So my story started while I was a Form 6 student, graduated from my high schools, coming to university. My biggest dream was actually going to the University of Dar es Salaam. So I didn't want to go to any other university. So I was really, really focused, determined to study very hard so that I can get good grades. So when I applied to University of Dar es Salaam, at least they can pick me.
Yeah.
And I thank God they picked me. So
Okay.
I ticked that goal for the first time.
Yeah.
So when I came there, why University of Dar es Salaam? Because we believe when you live in Dar, there are a lot of opportunities that you can come across easily.
Yes.
So for me, it was really important. It was more of the opportunities, not more of the jobs,
Yeah.
but it was more of the opportunity, because I knew if I live in there, I will get access to a lot of things, and maybe my mind will be expand, and maybe I will learn so many things, and maybe they'll give me another opportunity, and I got opportunities out of that.
Yeah.
So when I came to university, my mind was open. First,
Okay.
it was open on uh, the issue of unemployment.
Yeah.
I came to university, got registered, and then the time that I was here, I saw a lot of people, a lot of graduates that are really searching for jobs out there. They're struggling to look for an opportunity to, to get employed. And the number of graduates, if you take a look, the number of graduates that are graduating every year,
Yeah.
not only from the University of Dar es Salaam, but other universities generally here in Tanzania,
Yeah.
there are a lot of people that graduate every year. But that number is not equivalent, or is not equal to the number of jobs opportunity available.
True.
So that was a wake-up call for me when I saw there are so many people that are graduating, but there are no jobs out there. So I was like, I don't want to graduate and go out there search for jobs. So my mind was now open to business. I
Okay.
was looking for an opportunity to do. I was looking for a business to do. Now I was thinking, what kind of business am I going to do? I came from a very normal background, normal family. My family will only encourage you to study very hard, only study, no spoiled. You're not going to be spoiled in any way. So, I just knew my family could only provide the education to me. So I was looking for, what business can I do? I don't have money to invest. I don't have anything to do. So while I was looking, they say, whenever a student is ready, a teacher will appear. So I was so ready and open to opportunities. And then I met a friend at the university. He was also, employed. He was working part-time. Okay, he was studying, but also doing business part-time. So I met the friend. He told me, like, Wilbard, I'm doing a business part-time, and I make at least 300 T shillings until 1 million T shillings. So for me, as a first-year student, I was surprised. That was a very good income for a first-year student.
1 million.
1 million is a lot, bro.
Yeah.
So I was so interested, and then I said, like, okay, what do you do, bro? So I sat down with him. He took me through the business project, and I was so interested. He invited me to a business presentation. I attended, and there is where I saw the life that I desired. Like I was believed, like, yes, I can also live a certain kind of life, So I started, like, I wanted to do the business. So he told me, like, okay, any business require capital.
Okay.
At that time, I did not have the capital, and he told me, like, okay, I need at least maybe 500 T shillings, 500,000 T shillings. And I was like, okay, where am I gonna get that money? So I called my family, asked them for the money, at least to start a business. They were so discouraging. They did not discourage me that they don't want me to succeed, but they were looking out for me. They didn't wanna see me failing my exams, at the university. They didn't wanna see me change my focus from studies to business.
Yes, exactly.
So they encouraged me, focus on your studies. You'll do businesses when you graduate.
Yeah.
And then that's when I got another idea to ask money from friends. And then, it was hard. And then I got another idea, like, you know what, I'm gonna do something. A friend of mine came to me. I was owning a laptop. So a friend of mine came to me, and then he told me, like, okay, Wilbard, I want to buy a laptop that, like a laptop that looks like yours. And I told him, like, okay, that's a good idea. I actually got a light bulb in my head. I'm looking for money. A friend came here, wants to buy a laptop, and my laptop was pretty much new.
Demand and supply.
Exactly. So I told him, you know what, bro? If you're my friend, you know me very well, and I've had this laptop for like 5 days, and I'm in need of money, bro. So please give me some money, and I'm gonna give you the laptop. So he gave me the laptop. I mean, he gave me the money, and then I gave him the laptop. I took the money, I invested in the business.
Okay.
My brother, that was the turning point of my life. I think that was the best decision that I've ever made. It was risky. I didn't tell my parents that I sold my laptop. I know yule mama wa Kichaga would kill me somehow, So I didn't want to do anything. So I didn't tell them anything. So I started the business alone. And then I kept on building it and learning. I think learning is what made me I made a step to where I am right now. So I learned. It took me almost 1 year to be stable, to learn the skills and everything. And then after 1 year, I started making good incomes a month, and it was really, 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 really encouraging, inspiring for other youth. I was able to pay for my own school fees, able to rent my own place. I had good money. You'd go out with friends. Sometimes, when you're a first year student, you see your friends going to different places, going out, and you can't afford to pay for your own drinks. You just tell them, guys, I'm not feeling so well. So today I can't make out, because
I
you
have
just know.
answers.
Yeah, the reason is, you don't have anything on your pocket.
Yeah.
But after that, life started changing, and then some of my friends, they wanted to know, like, what do I do for a living? Now that got me an idea, like, okay, I've used this opportunity to actually make money, and my friends are interested. Why don't I also show them what I do so that they can also make money? And then that's when the whole business idea, business coaching, becoming a person who coach other youth, show them how to make money online. It didn't start online, but after the advancement of technology, starting to learn how social media can, remove the limitation of geographical limitation. So I thought, like, this is a great opportunity to learn. So I dived in, study more about social media branding and social media marketing. And that's when I realized we have an amazing opportunity with the technology and AI and the social platforms. And then I started teaching other people, showing them how they can also brand themselves, how they can also market products on social media and make money. And to be honest, it has been years now. I've been doing it part-time while I was a first-year student until I graduated. After I graduated, I did not want to go and search for a job or anything. Not that employment is a bad thing, but I was comparing the money that I was making on my business compared to the money that I would get as a graduate, maybe get an employment. I compared, and then I was making 5 to 10 times an income maybe a fresh graduate would get on their salary. So I decided, like, what, I'm gonna do business full-time this time. So I started doing it full-time. Until today, I'm not doing anything else. I've just employed myself, do business, coach other people, and I've built a team of so many youth. Some of them are university students, some of them are graduates, some of them are employed youth. We work together, we show them how they can make from 300 to until 5 million a month T shillings, and it's amazing. And these people, they have done so many things. Some of them, they've used the money to pay for their own school fees. They've used the money to actually travel the world, tick their goals and dreams, buy their first cars. And it has really been inspiring seeing a person who came from a very humble beginning, helping a big and supporting a large group of people to make money. That has been something really inspiring for me. So until here we are today, I think I get noticed because of that. And I think if it wasn't for that, maybe pretty much we wouldn't be talking right now. You got to know me because of social media and how people would recommend someone to you, and just because of something good they've done.
It's true. It's a very, very big thing when you are at the university. Most people, when they're at university, they expect that I just have to study so that I can get employed and make money. But actually, the people who make it far are the people who start hustling when they're in the university. But as you said, your mom, you couldn't tell your mom. Your family was discouraging you. It's because they love you. So they thought, like, okay, if you do business, you forget university, one of them will fall out. But at the end of the day, we all need to follow our careers. What do you have to say for the people who get discouraged by family? Because our families, I can say, they're the main sources of holding us back.
I think there's this guy I was listening to. I think one of the biggest thing that you need to do, if you have passion for something, if you really love what you do. Now, I don't want you to just go try something. No, if you really want to do something and you are so passionate about it, I want you to put all your mind, all your thoughts, your efforts into it, and do it very well. And then that's when, even if your parents or your family discourages you, just remember, one day I'm going to do something for my family. Let me tell you something. Your father, your mother would not say bad words, would not cry or scold you or do anything if you buy them a car.
Yeah.
Imagine, imagine one day taking your, maybe presenting a key to your father, to your mother, and then, Mama, Mzee, this is for you. The business that you told me that I shouldn't do, it has made me, successful, and today I've been able to buy you guys a car. Do you think they would say like, no, we don't want that car?
Go back to school.
Go back to school. They will never do that.
Yeah.
So for you to get to that level, you have to be so determined. We should respect our family, respect our parents, because we need their blessings in everything, okay? Yeah, but for you to actually get to that level, you have to really make sure that whatever that I'm doing, I am so sure about it, and I'm not gonna stop no matter the challenge. Because you won't listen to your parents, and then you'll do whatever that you do, maybe for a short period of time, and then challenges will come, you'll quit along the way, and then your parents will come, we told you and you listen. You did not listen to us. Yeah, but if you're focused, well determined in that, you do it until you succeed. Trust me, one day your parents will be so proud. Let me tell you one thing that I've achieved recently, and I'm so happy. It relates with that story. Before I started my business, I was telling my parents about the business. They were the one that told me like, no, focus on your study first. You're gonna do the business when you graduate, okay? Focus on your studies. They didn't want me to do the business. They actually called me and tell me like, we don't want you to do the business. That's why I had to sell the laptop without even them knowing. Guess what? That laptop, my mom bought me that laptop. And this year, in September, 2024 in September, I qualified an incentive in our company that the company is gonna pay 2 flight tickets to Italy and to experience a cruise ship. And guess who I'm taking with me for free? My mom.
Wow.
So even if I tell her that, I'm gonna remind her, Mom, you remember you told me not to do this business? Today you're on a very good flight, you're going to experience, you're traveling abroad just because of this opportunity. And I think that is the most important thing. You have to do it, not only you're doing it for yourself, but also do it because you want to show your family that you were serious when you told them that you want to do something. Yeah.
So parents, if you're watching this, you can see Wilbard here is taking his mom to Italy to ride on a cruise ship. Yeah, you should believe in your kids.
Calling all parents.
yeah, because you never know, man. I remember even Diamond Platinums. His mom sold her chain just for him to go to the studio and make music. You can see today he's very successful just because of one chain. Right now he has reached very far. He's buying his mom houses, cars, stuff like that. So it's very good. But as you said, I really liked when you said that, parents, sometimes they will be stopping us from our dreams, but they do it out of love. Yes, they don't know what you're capable of most of the time. So if you have something and you want and you want to chase it, just go for it. Don't let anyone stop you. So in everything that we do, we have challenges. Challenges can make you better. Challenges can kill you as well. Yeah, because a lot of people do business maybe for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, they end up quitting. But some people are resilient. They go up to 3 years, 4 years. I sat with someone, he's a comedian. He told me, bro, I've been hustling for over 4 years without seeing like any fruits. In my 4th year, that's when I started making money. I've gone through a lot of challenges, but those kind of challenges, I've grown through them. And at the end of the day, I ended up making money. So I'm sure in your business, you also face a lot of challenges, right? So when it comes to coaching, mentorship, and building global businesses with AI and social media, what are the main challenges that you have been facing?
Okay, that's a very good question, because I believe there's nothing that can grow without challenges. Yeah, so anything, everything needs to grow. They say you can't fly without gravity. Gravity pulls you down. That's when you have to fly, So challenges are also things that we need to take them as is a part of the stepping stone to success, you know. So for me personally, the challenges that I faced, I started business while I was very young. I think I was 19, you know. So I was really young, but now, you know, you're building a business, telling people what you expect your business to do. You know, you would prospect or communicate with different people. Now I was very young, I was little, skinny, you know, I wasn't looking so smart like the way maybe people would think I look right now. The biggest challenge is rejection.
Okay.
And I think there are different challenges in different businesses, you know, they're different. Maybe this will not relate to someone businesses that is doing out there, but I'm telling you, the biggest challenge that we have is rejection. And I think that was the major challenge that I face. You know, some people that you talk to them about what you do or what even a business, even if you're selling something, you know, when somebody rejects your product, in one way or another, you'll feel maybe your product is not the best. You'll feel maybe your product is not good. Now, rejections, it mess up with our mind, mess up with our mindset. So when you get rejected, you think that you're not worth it, you're not good enough, you're not, maybe you have to, you know, you're not perfect. Okay, maybe you shouldn't do what you're supposed to do. So it messes up with our mind. But if you know, somebody says, there's one of the motivational speaker, his name is Les Brown.
Okay,
he said, you know Les Brown, Les Brown once said, if something, in anything that you do, if there's somebody or somebody somewhere around the world have succeeded in that thing, then definitely you can also succeed in that. So if you're a YouTuber, and you know, if you're a YouTuber, I believe if you're a YouTuber, you know Mr. Beast. You know, if you don't know Mr. Beast, then you're not a YouTuber. So if you see the success that guy has built, then you know definitely you can also get there. If you're a musician and you know Diamond and you know anybody that is so successful in music industry, then you know the problem is not the music industry. The problem is not the industry, but the problem is ourselves. So it messes up with our mind. So I think the biggest challenge is our mindset. We need to have the right mindset, believing in ourselves that we can succeed in life. We can actually get to our goals despite the challenges that we face. And if you tell yourself that I am going to be successful in whatever that I'm going to do, then definitely you'll be successful. Somebody once told me, like, you should always go for no. Okay. You're looking for yeses, okay? But in your mind, tell yourself, I'm looking for a no. Okay. So when you're approaching 10 people and you want them to buy your product or to accept your idea or to accept you or anything, just you want a yes from them. Okay, you want them to buy, but inside of your mind, you're not looking for a yes, you're looking for a no. So if you go for the first person and they say yes, then you say like, okay, this is not what I'm looking for. But yes, for you, it's business. For you, you've done it, you've made it already, but you're going for the second person until you're looking for a no. So give yourself like, I'm looking for 10 no until I maybe make it. So every single time you'll keep on doing it. When you get that one no, your mind will be like, okay, this is what we were looking for. So you won't get surprised like, okay, I got a no, I'm now disappointed and things like that. So yeah, I think our mindset is the best way to overcome the challenges that we face. And that the biggest challenge, I think, is the way our mentality thinks about success, thinks about things. Sometimes you might see your people in a certain industry, maybe the same industry that you're in, you see other people are very successful. They came in just quickly, they got success, and then it started to mess up with your mind. But if you're focused enough to know what you want, you learn the skills, build yourself to become the best version of yourself, I think there's no any challenge that will pull you down.
Yeah, it's true. Challenges, man. Challenges are crazy. But as you know, here at MOD Podcast, we have the same challenges as everyone else. But our challenges, they're open. Everybody knows them. The same ones that we used to fill out, in economics, geography, when we were in school, like lack of capital, poor infrastructure, poor technology, and low government support. So if you're watching this from the government, please, we need your support. Yeah, ignorance. At least we are not ignorant. We are trying. We are learning every single day, but we are overcoming them. So rejection. You know, one thing about rejection. There's this one day I was in Qatar. So it was during the World Cup. So we went to the World Cup to watch the World Cup, but also went there to make money. So basically, it's when you have tickets, extra tickets. Let's say you bought a ticket for $200, and then you go to an event, not just the World Cup, any event, but we use it on the World Cup. You can go there and you can sell those tickets for more. You can even sell them double price, 3 times. Like the profit margins are huge.
Because of the demand.
Yes, because of the demand. So, but there are some other tickets that will be shit and no one will be wanting them. So there's also profit and loss. So I remember when I went there, I was trying to sell my tickets. Like I was trying so hard. You know, for me being black and being in a place like full of whites, people would always think like I'm trying to scam them or something. So whenever I got someone trying to sell them a ticket, like, yo, I have this ticket, like you see someone like he's running away from you like you're seeing a ghost. So and the thing is yeah, the thing is I got like so many rejections until I started enjoying it, you know, until like I was used to it. Like I was used to being rejected, and at the end of the day I reached a point of no return. It was normal. So it was like I was playing with fire, and then I became the fire until I was not scared of the fire anymore. So I started enjoying that rejection. Like when I got someone and they reject me, I was like, okay, why did they reject me? Because of this. And I tried to change that to become better. At the end of the day, I sold all the tickets. So rejection should not stop you from doing what you want.
Yes.
You know, social media has grown really big. Right now, almost everyone is on social media. Unless maybe you are living outside of Dar es Salaam or you are living in the village. But almost everyone has social media. These days, you know, I'll meet someone, instead of asking him like, yo, give me a business card, or I just ask you, can I have your Snapchat? Give me your Instagram. What's your TikTok? Or what's your Twitter?
Yeah.
Because you know, when you go to someone's social media, chances are you'll see what they do and who they are, and everything like that. And some people, they depend 100% on social media to do business. That's why a few days ago there was shortage of internet in Tanzania, and people went mad. Like everyone was going crazy because you have taken people's breads, because they expect social media to make money, right? So how do you think social media has transformed businesses here in Tanzania and globally, and how has it transformed your own business as well?
Okay. Social media is amazing. If it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I think we've seen how social media has actually transformed people's life, different careers, you know, in different industries. We've seen how I remember, I believe you remember COVID.
Yeah,
You remember COVID season.
exactly.
Do you know that time a lot of people in the world, they didn't know anything about Zoom,
Okay.
the Zoom cloud meeting. Right now, everybody understand and they know, and maybe they have the Zoom application. Zoom was among the top companies, the owner of the company. They were among the top companies that was growing really fast. So that has changed everything. So social media
Yeah.
has brought so much changes in businesses. First is because of it eradicates it removes all the geographical limitation.
Okay.
If I have a shop and I'm selling a product and I put my shop outside there, the only customers I depend on are the ones that are around this place, are the ones that can physically walk to my shop and get a product and leave. But guess what? If you take social media as your online shop, you take it as an online shop, imagine how many people can visit your shop. Countless. Unlimited.
Your shop is limited, you know.
Exactly.
You can only fit maybe 10 people.
Exactly. So that kind of number is what made people realize that we have to do social media. Check all the big companies in the world. all the big companies in the world, where do they make their crazy sales? Through social media. Look at the top richest people in the world. Where did their success came from online, from social media and all that. So I feel like if somebody understands the potential and the possibility of social media, especially in affecting our businesses in a positive way, I think it's the most important thing. So first, number one, we can use social media to analyze businesses. It's really hard for you to analyze your business when your client comes to your shop and then they buy a product, they leave. You can't know this client likes what. You won't know about your client. But guess what? If somebody comes on my page, I have a shop online. If somebody comes on my page, they ask about a certain product, I can easily go on their page. I can easily know like what does this person really likes and love. I will look at the people or the pages that this person follows. Then I will be able to analyze my client and know like, okay, Musa likes a certain kind of t-shirts. So I think if I get this kind of t-shirt, I'm gonna send it to Musa. It's easy to analyze such information when you have we have social media. And also social media gives us insights. It's hard to have insights when you don't have social media. Social media gives us that access to have different insights. So how many people are visiting my page? How many people are liking? How many people are interested in certain product? So all that insight, it's hard to actually do it when you're not maybe doing it online. So social media, I believe social media is really big, and also it's flexible. It's flexible. Somebody can be in any country and then they can easily, you can discuss with them about your product easily. Not for them to make a trip to your location to come and then you talk of the product and then they decide like, okay, I'm not interested in this product, and then they leave. That would be loss of money and time as well. Okay. But through social media, you can communicate. Okay, I like this. How does it look? Okay, I can show you a demo of my product. I can just send you a video of a demo of my product. You watch it, you see if you like it. If you like it, we make business, we do business. So social media has simplified things, and also social media bring the presence, what do we call it? Social proof. Yeah. I'm assuming you're selling a weight loss program. A weight loss program. If you're selling a weight loss program, social media can easily provide that social proof. Musa wants to look good. Musa wants to lose weight. So the only way I can show you that there are people that have lost weight using this program, I show you a lot of proof. I can show you a lot of videos and pictures. Where else? How can you send a picture? Imagine there's no social media. Imagine there's no WhatsApp.
There's radio.
Okay, how many people are you gonna call on your radio and broadcast? This is so and so has lost this amount of weight because of a certain product. It's hard.
Yeah, there's a lot of friction.
So it's hard. But with social media, you can easily share the proof to other people, and it can make them say like, okay, I like this product because it really works. So it provides that social proof. So it's something really, really important. And I think every business person right now living in this era, I think if your business, actually, Bill Gates said it. He said it very well. Bill Gates said it. If your business is not on the internet, soon your business will be out of business. Imagine, that is the richest person on earth, among the richest person on earth, said that if your business is not on the internet, soon your business will be out of business. So every person who is actually doing business, the number one platform that you make sure that I have to make sure that there is a presence of my business is on the social platforms.
It's very true, because so far we have seen a lot of businesses that fail just because they couldn't transform from traditional to online and social media. So if you're watching this and you have a business, find a way that your business can be on social media. Otherwise, it's gonna die. Like, that's a fact. So mainly on this podcast, we always talk about finances, we talk about making money and life in general. But since you are helping people to make money using social media and AI, I'm very interested on how do you help someone who has no experience, let's say a student. You told me that you have taken a lot of students from scratch and now they're making money, they're helping their families, they're traveling, they're buying their own cars, they're paying rents. That's a very big thing. But what I want to know is, because most people who are watching here, they're probably just in their homes, they don't have job. Yeah. So how can you take someone that is watching right now from where they are, they don't know anything, no experience, nothing, from scratch to starting making money on social media with AI as well?
That's powerful. That's actually area of my expertise.
Okay.
Yeah, so how do I do that? First of all, we need to know what is happening in the world right now. People are looking for opportunities to employ themselves. People want to sit back at home and make money. People don't want to leave their families. Parents, fathers, mothers, they don't want to leave their kids, go to job, to work, and then they come back, they find their kids sleeping, they sleep, they wake up tomorrow. They want to stay at home and help their family, see their kids making that first step and all that. Employees, they don't want to be stressed at work. University students, they don't want to depend on loans. We've seen a lot of people, especially a lot of youth, postponing university just because they did not get the loan and their family could not support them. Okay, we've seen graduates, millions and millions of graduates here in Tanzania and globally. Actually, the rate of unemployment is increasing, is shooting very fast, and all that is happening out there now. For somebody to start having the entrepreneurship mindset in their mind, they have to understand what is happening. Okay, now if you understand what is happening, then your mind will be open to opportunities. Now, coming to the question, how do I help people? I understood first what is happening out there. Then I saw an opportunity for me. I used the opportunities. It has helped me succeed very, very much, and I'm so grateful for that. But also, I know there are similar people like me, my age group, fellow graduates, students, just people who want best in life. I know they're out there, but they don't know what to do. They don't know which opportunity to use. Now, when you want to do a business, number one, you'd think, what kind of business am I going to do? Not every business, brother, everybody can do.
Yeah, true.
Not everyone can be, let's say, Nifa right now.
Yeah.
Not everybody can sing like Diamond.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do what everyone else is doing. But there are kind of opportunities that anyone can do. Okay, first, you have to understand what opportunity, what kind of business am I going to do? That is number one. Number two, how much money as investment will that business need or require for me to maybe start? Okay, the business that I do, you don't need to invest millions and millions of money. This is a great business. You guys have invested in cameras, you've invested in these mics, all these things. It's an investment. Your time, the office space, all this is investment. Okay, maybe somebody wants to do such a business, but they're scared. Okay, this is too expensive. Maybe I can't start somewhere. I know everybody started somewhere. Yeah, so that is something also somebody needs to do. Okay, you are just at home listening to this. You want to know, what kind of business do I do? Okay, what does Wilbard do to help other people? Basically, first, what I do is we've partnered. First of all, I've opened an organization. Okay. It's called The Victorious.
The Victorious?
Yes, The Victorious.
Okay.
The Victorious is an organization that help youth. It works with youth, university graduates, university students, graduates, youth employed, young entrepreneurs. We show them how they can actually brand themselves, use social media to brand themselves and to market and actually make money. We have the platform already. The social media is the platform we have, and we have the consumers. My brother, the world has 8 billion people. Okay, and these 8 billion people are consumers, and you are only one person out of those 8 billion people. So if you create a product, if you have a product, or if you have something to sell to those 8 billion people, you only need something that they need, a demand. You need something. Okay, you need to sell something that every single person depends on it. Let's say if you're selling a food product, we know human beings cannot live without food.
Exactly.
Let's say we are selling a water, a brand of water, maybe we're selling water. Human beings cannot live without water.
Exactly.
So what we do is we've seen the market is already there. We have learned the skills to how to reach to the market. That is through social media, through marketing, through influencing the market. Now we need a product. The only thing that we don't have is the product. Now, how are you going to have the product? It's expensive to start your own product. It's very crazy to have your own industry, create all these products from scratch. Exactly. Takes time and a lot of money. So what we did, we've partnered with an American company. And this company provides or produces very high quality products. Health products, very quality product. They've been approved in more than 167 countries. Now, that company gives us access to own those products as our own products. And they are products that they're in different ranges, but in health industry, which means every human being wants to be healthy, want to live a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so we know the demand is already there. The system and access, or the way to get to the market is already there, which is the social media. Now we have the company that can provide with us the product. Now this company gives us an opportunity to use the products, to buy the product at a very, very low price, but sell it to those people at the retail price that gives us a retail profit. And now this company does not sell these products anywhere around the world. They don't sell the product from the at the supermarkets. You won't find them maybe online. They only gives us the opportunity to actually market this product. So if any person out there in the market, they see this product from their friends, they will ask, where did you get this? And then they'll say like, okay, Wilbard is the one that supplies this to me. So if this person goes to the supermarket, they won't find that product. So they must make a call to Wilbard. Wilbard, I need that product. And then that's when the company gives me an opportunity to get the product, take it to that person and make money. So I did not invest. The company does everything. The company opens a warehouse for you. He has the warehouse already. They transport the product because the products are made from the USA. So the US, they make the products, they bring the product to the country, they do all the government registration and everything. So the only work for you is actually to take this product to a client, get a client, the client pays you money, you take the product, you take them to the client. Now the company also gives you more incentives to make more money. The company also pays you more, depends on how much sales and the team you build. So it's really, really amazing. So we use social media actually to brand ourselves as a person, not branding this company. No. We brand ourselves. That's why when you come on my Instagram page, you don't find me talking about anything else. I'll talk about my story, I'll talk about my success, I'll talk about how I help other people, because I need to brand myself, okay? And then we're gonna teach you also how to market the products professionally. Most people do social media, but they don't know how to market the product professionally. So we'll teach you the skills to actually, from the skills to open up a page, how to brand yourself, the way you're gonna identify your market and everything. You're not gonna be posting on your personal page, but you're gonna have a whole separate page. I believe this podcast has their own personal page, but also you as Musa or somebody else, you have your own page, your personal page, so that's how we're gonna do it. And then the skills now you'll be getting clients now, because social media is big, social media is wide, and people need health, people need to look good. Nobody wants to get sick. Nobody wants to be spending their millions of money to the hospitals. Nobody wants to grow old. Nobody wants to die young. So everybody is looking for a best way to keep their health check. Now we have what it takes to make this person looks better and feel better through the products that the company produces. And now we only tell you, Musa, I have this amazing product, my brother. It is so good. It will help you, get the energy, look better, your skin glow and all that. You'll be interested. And if you get interested, where else you're going to get the product? From me. Yeah. So that's how we've helped people. And the way we've built a team, we've seen so many people changes their lives. We've seen students paying for their own school fees until they graduate. Myself, I did that. We've seen graduate not actually graduating and go search for jobs out there, but we've seen them actually transforming their lives, graduating. I have one person in my team, he just graduated from IFM University. By the time he was graduating, others, fellow students, they were busy sending CVs online. They were busy spending time online searching for jobs. Guess what he was doing? He was busy spending time online searching for which car should I buy. So he graduated buying his first car just through the business that we're building. So I believe through social media, I've been able to impact a lot of lives out there and actually connect with different people, make friends. All this is a big opportunity if somebody looks at it in the right way.
Most people don't know, but when you go to Red Bull's page on Instagram or on YouTube or anywhere, you'll never see them holding a bottle of Red Bull. Yes. You'll never see them selling you a drink. Exactly. They'll sell you totally different stuff. They'll show performance, experience, and stuff like that. So when you told me that on your social media, you do not post any product, you just post your stories, your success, and then when people come, they buy a product from you. You start explaining them about the product, man. That's very powerful. And I think that's what most companies should be doing. You should sell experiences.
Yes.
Sell the lifestyle.
Exactly.
And then products comes later.
Red Bull, exactly. I like the example of Red Bull. The way Red Bull do it, they do it very, very well. Because, if you as you said, you go on their page, you will never find a bottle of Red Bull. But guess what? You'll just find this person riding a bicycle on a very, very crazy landscape environment and something like that. And then they're wearing maybe a Red Bull hat. Or maybe they're just wearing a Red Bull t-shirt. And then this person have that experience. And then that's it for them. Guess what? It goes in your mind. When next time you're looking for an energy drink, what else are you going to think about? Red Bull. That's the marketing strategy.
Sales and marketing is all about manipulation.
Yeah.
So Red Bull has manipulated us to think that, okay, if we drink Red Bull, maybe you ride a bike like that. You'll be able to jump and they will tell you, oh, Red Bull gives you wings. Yeah. So take your Red Bull and climb up the elevator to the 10th floor and jump. And let's see. If you get so you talked about social media, you talked about the way that you brand. So how does AI, like what role does AI play in your business, and how can these young entrepreneurs who are looking up to you can use AI in their social media? Like that combination, what role does AI play in social media and business?
As I said in the beginning, what role does AI? I think the first big things, maybe people first need to understand what is AI. Somebody might be listening to this and then saying like, okay, what are they talking about AI? Artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
These are things that, they can easily do things on behalf of a human being. So what roles does these things play in our business? First of all, they reduce the cost effective. You said you used to pay people a lot of money to write your script, but now you don't do that. You go on an AI platform, you tell the AI that whatever that you want, and then it gives you that. So for you, it has actually helped you reduce a certain cost,
Time.
and time as
Yeah.
well. You'll be waiting for that person to do it for maybe 2-3 days, but AI instantly it will give
1
you right
minute.
away. 1 minute and you're done. So time, money, and it is so effective, very effective. The way the AI has the data for everything, it's just crazy. You can just get any answer that you're looking for. And also, how do you integrate it on your business? First of all, AI helps us actually identify what our clients want. If you are selling a product, a skincare products, definitely we use AI to learn how maybe a certain product, how maybe a certain skin challenge can affects other people, or some things like that. So through AI, you can easily see, like, this is what really makes people get a certain challenge or a certain skin challenge. And with my product, I can only maybe specifically talk about something that is on that product, and then it helps these people on their skin. So all these are kind of things that we also use them. But also, speaking of AI and social media, we get to have these creative tools through AI. There are AIs that you can create a post. Sometimes we used to pay people a lot of money to create maybe a poster or a post of a certain product. But guess what? These days we have AI platform like Canva.
Yeah.
Most people use Canvas for their easy advertising posts, maybe, and video, short clip videos, and they use it easily like that. You just get amazing templates there. So it's easy for us actually to get all these tools that we need, the marketing tools that we need for our client to see. Especially, you use the AI to do your research, and then you use social media to actually broadcast and share whatever that you're doing. So I believe the combination of two, and if you study them well enough, and then you use them effectively, it's just amazing. First thing, use AI to research and actually make you help you create the best marketing tools that you have or you need, and then use social media to actually take that concept to the world. Like, social media is pretty much the door to the world. So that's how really we use it.
So do you think AI is going to take people's jobs, or it's just going to create more opportunities?
I think both, because AI has created opportunities, but also it has also take a lot of jobs. Okay, if you know one of the let's say a taxi driver. A taxi driver, they used to make a lot of money, but these days we have things like Uber, Bolt. All this is because of the advancement of the technology. Guess what? It's even going further. When you're doing doing Uber, you used to go. Okay, before Uber, there was just normal taxis. You just go on a taxi, you pay the person, drives you to your destination, and then that's it. But these days, you sit at home, you request for the car comes at your door, you board in, and then you just go to your destination, but still you pay. But still, there's a person driving there. Okay, there's a person driving the Uber or Bolt or whatever. Guess what? Now what is happening? The advancement of AI. Do you know there's this company? It was formerly owned by Google. It's called Waymo. Waymo is a fully automated tax that does not have a driver.
Wow.
Fully automated.
Just get in.
You just request, it comes there, you get in, it drives you to your destination. There's no somebody. If you can Google Waymo,
I'll freak out, man. I'll freak out in that car.
I swear to God, there's no anybody driving that car, and you would really be crazy to see. Like, you think, like, how does it know this is a red light? How does it know all the sensors, all the integration that the AI has kept in there? My brother, it's amazing. So the future actually is really, really scary, but also inspiring at some point. So there are jobs now. Before that, let's say Waymo is gonna be the future now. Now, how many drivers We've seen now the the tax drivers now, they are jobless because of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so AI takes a lot of jobs. Poster making, graphic designers. If you're a graphic designer and you're watching this, I say you need to level up because these days we rarely pay the graphic designers. We have AI systems that we use to create posters, to create different simple ads for your product. I don't need a graphic designer. I don't remember the last time I paid a graphic designer to do my posters. Most of my posters, I do them instantly in 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I've done them through AI system, let's say like Canva, Poster My Wall. All those are AI systems that you can do, So if you're a graphic designer, you've lost some clients just because of that. So I think for AI and the advancement of AI, I think a lot of people are losing their jobs. That's why we are helping people understand how they can build their business using AI and technology and social media. Now, not only you've lost your job, but also how am I going to use this same thing that has taken my job? How am I going to use it to my advantage to make money? Yeah. So I think both things are happening right now.
There are a lot of people who have lost their lives because of social media. There are a lot of people who have been kidnapped because of social media. There are a lot of people who has committed suicide because of social media. I remember the other day, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Meta Technologies, was called up by the Congress and he was questioned, like, do you see these people? All of these are victims. They have lost their family, they have lost their friends because of the platform that you created. The platform has been so harmful to people around the world, and you are the one who did it. So they told him, would you like to apologize to these people? Yeah, and he did apologize. And also, because of the harms that are being caused by social media, personally I've been scammed a lot social media until I learned my lesson that I never have to send money to someone I've never met. Like, that's my strategy these days, because there's been a lot of scams as well. So people are dying, scams, and social media is being banned in a lot of countries. Like when you go to China, they've banned Facebook. The American right now, they're trying to ban TikTok. Yeah, but it's also beneficial and it's also very harmful. So what's your take? Do you think social media is more beneficial or it should be stopped because it causes a lot of harms?
Wow, that's a very good concern, because I think right now on my side, I would definitely think it's on the usage. Okay, it's on the usage. Social media is here to stay, my brother.
Yeah,
it's not going anywhere. They'll ban it in a certain country, but people just find a way to access it. We've seen how people use VPN to access some of the websites and all that, and other platforms. If you go to Dubai, you cannot make a WhatsApp call. You can't do a FaceTime call. But if you're on VPN, you can do a WhatsApp call. So still, social media is there to stay. I don't know what happens. I don't know what will happen, but I know they are here. All these platforms are here to stay.
Yeah.
Now, the challenge is on their usage. Some people use social media wrong, and some people use it right on their advantage. Those who use it wrong, they definitely affect other people. Because it's a platform that everybody can access, and it gives people information, any information they want. Some of them they don't even need, but people will get some information. You said, yes, people are scammed. People will say like, okay, right now we have an opportunity. Right now people are selling maybe a certain product. Okay, let's take an example for weight loss. Weight loss is a big thing right now. A lot of people are looking for a way they can keep themselves health. Now, for a person, if you have a product that really works on weight loss, you can use that product to help other people lose weight. You're using it in the right way. You're using social media in the right way. But guess what? Somebody may look at that and say like, okay, there are a lot of people right now that are looking for a weight loss program. guess what? I don't have a right weight loss program. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna scam them. I'm gonna just come up with anything and tell them, like, you know what, this program works, you can use it. And they'll show you proof that are not even there. They'll just bring up things that are not legit, they're not really true, and then you'll be convinced. And then some people will be convinced. They'll send money to that person. Maybe some will send money, they won't get the product. Some will send money, but they'll sell you something that doesn't completely work. You know, so I think it's on the usage. You know, the way people use it, those who use it to get money out of people, and the consumers. You know, social media, there are two groups in social media. There are creators and consumers. You have to know, if you're making money through social media, you're a creator. You should always be that. You have this session, you are a creator. Okay. The listeners right now, they are the consumers. They're consuming whatever that we are saying. They're listening, they're getting ideas from whatever that we're talking about. Okay. They are consumers. Now you have to know, like, okay, if I am a consumer, what am I really consuming from social media? First, physical products. Second, our mind. There are people, there are people that, commit suicide just because of social media. Why? Because they've seen other people are talking about some other stuffs, and then maybe it makes them feel bad, and then in the end of the day, they commit a suicide. All that came from information. So other people are selling products, other people are scamming people with physical products. So all these things I don't think we can find a way to actually change it for now, because social media is free. You can wake up in the morning and decide to open an Instagram page, another Instagram page, and scam people. It is free. Yes, but I know the platforms are working so hard to actually check on the data privacy and how they can easily maybe Instagram these days, they can detect the bot accounts. They always, every single month, I think if you go on your Instagram followers, when you check the followers, you'll see maybe you have 200 followers and maybe 100 unfollow. You say, like,
it happens.
It happens a lot. You ask yourself, like, these people, 100 people unfollow me, how did they unfollow you? I think it's also the Instagram app or the Facebook or whatever the platform that you're using. They know these are bot accounts. If it's a bot account, they know how to detect it. So I think they're doing whatever they can to just reduce as much as possible. And also compliance. Compliance is something that people struggle a lot with it. So people are scammed, people are getting a lot of crazy things just because of the compliance. That's why Facebook, when you're doing advertisement on Facebook and you pay Facebook, there is a part of Facebook advertising policy. You can't just run an ad without going through that. And if you go through that, you'll see Facebook tells you, we don't want you to advertise this. So all that is, they're trying to be as much as compliant as possible. So it's something that really, it's a big concern for so many people out there. Some of people using social media the wrong way, some of them use it the right way. So if you're here, you're listening to this, you have to know, who am I on the social media platforms? Who am I? Am I a consumer or am I a creator? If you're creating, what are you creating? Are you creating a legit thing, something that will help people, or you're a scammer? If you're a consumer, you need now to know, what am I consuming? Am I consuming something that will help my mind? Am I consuming something that will actually destroy my mind? That's why we have to be very careful to who we are following, to which accounts we are subscribing, to which podcast we are listening, because not everything you're listening, you need it in your mind.
Talking about the producer and consumer mindset, if you're watching this right now, being a consumer, there's no good that comes with being a consumer. You should always focus on moving to the other side of being a producer. Being a producer is, let's say, 100 times better than just being there and consume. And also use social media as a force of good. use social media to create, use social media to spread positivity, use social media to add value, like what we are doing here right now. We are using these platforms for good, to educate people. And also, before you use social media, I know a lot of people who are watching here, you probably have a kid. You have to educate them on the best way on how to use social media, instead of going to blame Mark Zuckerberg when your kid commits suicide. It's crazy, because you have a BMW, you go outside with a BMW, someone comes and knock your car with a Toyota. You won't go to Japan and blame Toyota like your car that you produced knocked me. No, you just have to drive safely. You have to obey the rules, follow the rules, and not just blame the creators. So with that being said, let's put that aside. You have to know what you're using and why, but always use it for the good. So there are a lot of trends right now, a lot of trends that are going on social media and in the world in general. Some are good, some are bad. For example, let's say someone today will see a war, let's say in Ukraine, is trending. Someone will try and use that to benefit them, in their career. As you've seen a few days ago in Saudi Arabia, there was a fight between Tyson Fury and this other Ukrainian guy. Tyson Fury lost, and it was like, I'm not gonna lose the fight and also miss the trend. So it's like, this guy won because there's a war in Ukraine. He was fighting for his country. Yeah. So adapting to trend is very nice, because if you don't go with trends, you'll always be left behind. You have to follow the trends. Sometimes it can be good, it can also be bad. For example, right now, our artists, everyone is trying to follow the Amapiano trend until it has become super saturated and boring. But it's good for trends, because people have made money through Amapiano. It's good for them. So how do you stay ahead of trends to make sure that your business stay relevant?
That's a good question. And I think, speaking of trend, there are crazy millions and thousands of trends out there.
They come and go.
Yeah, exactly. And whenever you say the trend, it's not something that is permanent. It will just come, stay for a certain period of time, and then it will just go away. Now, how do I stay ahead? It's just, you need to know which is your market. Now I'm talking to the creators. Okay, you need to know what is your market. Who are your people? Who is your audience? Okay, so for let's say for an artist, they can use trends. They can use trends on their advantage. But what trends? I wanna talk about. We all know, if you're in Tanzania, we know Doto Magari. Doto Magari has his own trend of saying na hapa ipo, something like that. That is something people have been talking about because it has been trending on social media here in Tanzania. But there are some artists, I think it's Bill Nassi and some other guy, they produce, I'm not so sure if those are the artists, but they produced a song and they kept those few words. I don't know what song, and then they said na hapa ipo. It was a trend during that time. Okay, so everybody is using a trend on their advantages. Now, before you go on a trend, make sure you know your audience. Does my audience really relate with my trend? If your audience does not relate with your trend, don't even do it. As a person who is focusing on branding and marketing, I would never advise everybody to just do trends out of nowhere. If your aim is to get noticed out there, if your aim is to get followers, maybe it's okay. But if you're doing a business, you have to be very careful on every trend. Now, I'm giving an example, like me. I think this month, if not last month, there was a trend, not a trend actually, but there was something that was trending in social media about unemployment.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people that applied for a job and then they were called for a job interview in Udom. That video trended a lot. It was all over social media. Now for me, my audience, now that is a trend to go with. I will definitely pick that and talk about it and use it for my advantage, because I am looking for unemployed youth. I am looking for people who want to make an extra income. I'm looking for those people who are struggling to get a job, so that I can show them how they can use social platforms to make money. So you have to be very careful. You will never see me dancing on TikTok, on a Zuchu or Diamond kind of song, because
or the twerking real nice song.
You can never do that, because my audience doesn't know me with that. So everybody, on business wise, everybody really needs to understand their audience first before they jump into any trend. There are a lot of trends that will come and go, but you have to think, how does my audience take me? What do my audience want? And then that's when you use that trend for your own good. But if the trend doesn't relate with your audience and your business and who you are as a person, don't go for it, because it will definitely destroy your brand. We take years to build brand. I asked you early before we started this, and then I asked you, like, it was off camera, I think. I asked you, like, how long have you been doing this? Maybe I've noticed this podcast for maybe 3 months now, but you told me like it's more than a year plus. Okay, so it took you time to build this brand, and it is taking you a lot of time. Congratulations, you got nominated on the TDA awards.
Thank you.
Yeah, what does that mean? All these guys have been watching you. You've been building that brand. Now guess what? It takes years to build a brand, but it takes a minute or a second to just destroy the whole brand, and you can never build it again. Okay, so for trends, we have to be very careful, especially for somebody who is building a reputable brand. You have to be very careful in just jumping into any trend, because you never know, that trend maybe can destroy your brand or can just grow your brand. As I said, if you're just looking for followers, then it's okay. You can do the Komasava dance. Diamond is gonna post you and tag you.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's gonna post you and tag you, and then maybe you'll get some followers, if that's what you're looking for. But if you're building a business and you want to brand yourself, you gotta be very careful on any trend that you're going with.
Yeah, it's very, very true. Trends are important, but make sure they relate to your values and to the thing that you do. Otherwise, it's going to take you out of business. You're in the business of helping people, giving them knowledge, and assisting them to making money on social media. You have helped a lot of people right now. You have talked about that already. So what I want to know, I want a specific example of someone who you took from scratch, and right now they're living their dreams. A specific example on how you did that.
That I have it. The moment you said that, I just thought of this young guy. There's a guy, his name is Venance. I work with this guy. This guy comes from very humble beginning. His hometown is Bukoba, in the village, the village, a place where there's no even electricity. So his story starts from there. His story starts from, he was just studying, and unfortunately he couldn't complete his study. So he went to he I think he finished he ended it from form 4, in something like form 4, something like that. That's where he couldn't go to higher level of education. So while he couldn't proceed with the education, what he did, he started let me just start something small. Let me plant tomato outside their house, and then he was trying to water them, do some stuff, but it was so hard for him to even make money out of that. So he decided, like, you know what, I have big goals, I have big dreams, I need to find a way to get out of this. I have to go to Dar es Salaam. So he had to get on a bus, come to Dar es Salaam. He came to Dar es Salaam. He doesn't know anybody. He's not familiar with anything. He's not educated that he will get a job. He doesn't have any of that. Guess what he did? He just went around and looked for a place to just work on anything. So he went for those guys who are doing welding. Now, I'm not talking about those professional welders who have actually studied for it, but those ones they just do those minor day-to-day jobs, they were doing. So he started working there. He was doing welding. Unfortunately, on welding, the grinding machine that grinds irons, it somehow accidentally injured him on the leg. So he stayed for 3 months actually treating that wound. So it was so painful for him. So he decided like, okay, I don't want to do this thing anymore. I'm looking for something else. He got a connection with somebody. So he was a freelancer. He got a chance to become a freelancer for Tigo. So he decided to doing registration for Tigo, the Tigo SIM cards. He would walk different places. He would travel to other regions just to do registration. It was so tough for him. Then after that, he saw like, okay, this is not where I would make the money that I want to do. And then what happened? He came again back to Dar, and then he started to go to he started actually parking cars in town. Those right now we call them Tarura, but he was among the people. And back then, before the system that the government uses right now for the parking tickets, so he used to cut a ticket, put it on a car, and then wait for that person to come, and then they'll give them 500 or something like that. Now imagine you have kept ticket in maybe 10 cars, and then these people come back and they leave at the same time. You have to go to this one, give me my 500. So there's one day somebody was leaving without paying that 500. So this guy started chasing that car. He had to hang on the door, and the car was pulling this guy, and it was very risky for him.
It's crazy.
Somebody could go through all that. Guess what? And then it was again tough for him. So he decided like, you know what, I'm gonna change this thing. I don't want to do it anymore. And then he went to Biko. He was employed in Biko as just those people who influence. Biko will come and the lottery company, we know it, would come and pick them, take them to maybe Kariakor, tell them to like influence people to go and play, the lottery and things like that. And it was hard for him as well. The sun was on him. It was really tough. But he was making a bit of money, and he was saving. Then after that, I met this guy in 2018.
Okay.
We met. I connected with him. I shared. He was so inspired with my story. And then he told me like, you know what, bro? I am so inspired with your story. I want to do it. I want to do whatever that you're doing. So I told him like, okay, do you have the capital to start a business? And then he told me, yes, I saved a certain amount of money. I can start the business. When somebody comes to me with a certain capital and know that I'm going to do this, and then that's when I'll start helping him and, show how they can use social media. So we started working together. After I started working with him, it was hard for him actually to market the products. People around him couldn't be able to afford the products and all that. So he came to me and told me like, I can't sell the products. I can't do this. What should I do? Then I sat down with him. I opened for him an Instagram page, a completely Instagram page. I talked to him. I taught him how to market the products and everything. And then he started selling. Guess what? He was making very good amount of money. Per month, he was making up to 1.5 million to 2 million every single month just by using clients on social media. He was selling crazy amount of product that we are selling to a lot of people. 99% of people he was connected with from social media. And guess what? This guy, because when we work together, I teach you, I train you, I help you on personal development, train you how to become a leader, train you how to work on your mind, read certain kind of books. It's a process of transforming your mindset and entrepreneurship. So I've been working with him, and then guess what? So he has been saving, so he got himself an investment. He was saving a certain amount of money to UTT, so he has very good amount of money in UTT saving there. And then also, he helped his young brother, go to university, he moved from Gongo la Mboto. Right now he lives in Mikocheni, and guess what? These two things are the most inspiring for me about him. Last year, unfortunately, his brother passed away. So he had to go back to Bukoba. When he went back to Bukoba, he did not go to Bukoba for like 5 years. So when he went back this time, he saw the environment there. He saw the house that he was born, the house that his mother is living. And it was so touching for him. He's like, I'm living in a very good place. Like, why my parents are living in this place? And then guess what? He talked to his other brother and then asked the brother, like, can we do something for our family, for our parents? Can we build a whole new house for our mother? And then that guy collaborating with his brother, the money that he's making from what I'm training him and what we are doing, we're working together. He took the money, he gave himself 3 months only, and he built a house from scratch. I'm gonna share with you the videos. He built the house from scratch until today in just 3 months. Imagine, they had a whole new house built for the mother. Guess what? The mother was so happy, so excited. Now, the place where they live, there's no even electricity. So they had to install the solar system and everything, and it was just amazing for him. And then he bought himself a laptop. He's now traveling in different places. That is a completely true success story for somebody who started from very, very humble beginning. So we have a lot of these people, and every time when I look at somebody, when I think of a transformational story, I cannot think of any other story rather than Venance's story. It has really inspired so many people.
I'm inspired as well. I'm inspired as well. Yeah. We should really take a very good example of Venance. As you see, he had nothing. He worked all the way up, and then he's using his blessings to help the people he cares about, the people he loves, which is very, very inspiring. What I've noticed from you is you know how to market, you know how to brand, you know how to sell, but we haven't talked about none of that. If you have noticed, we have talked for a long time, but we haven't talked about selling, marketing, and branding, which is very crucial skills for someone to have. So we'll keep that for another day, for another episode. If you liked this episode and you want to hear more about selling, marketing, and branding with Wilbard here, I'll call Wilbard for part 2 and we'll just talk about that. If you want Wilbard to come, just comment down below. Wilbard. Just comment the name Wilbard down below. And we'll invite Wilbard back again here and we'll talk about those kind of stuff, because he has a lot of value to share, but we just don't have the time. He has to go for meeting. He has to go and help more people. He just can't be staying here helping you. He's on demand. So just comment down below Wilbard and we'll bring Wilbard for part 2. So Wilbard, we're about to wind this up. So what else do you want to share to people today? Anything?
First of all, I think it's important for everybody, for anyone to be open to learn. Everything that we need, everything that we know, everything we want to know is already there. There's a post I saw the other day. Somebody posted on Instagram, I think. They said, let me check it. Make a mistake. They said like everything is free these days. They said YouTube is free, ChatGPT is free, podcast is free. You're listening to this podcast, you didn't pay anything. Okay, it's free. Google Gemini, it's also free these days. So the internet is a free education. Okay, you're not paying anything like the money we've paid at the university. The internet is a free education. So start learning, building, and earning through the internet. That is something profound for me, and I think everybody should really, really understand that. Start learning, start building, and then start earning from that.
That's very powerful. And most of all, take action. When you're learning and you're not taking any action, you won't get nowhere. You have to learn and immediately apply that information, because most of information that we learn becomes outdated very fast. So the moment you learn and don't apply, you come back tomorrow, there's new information, and that one is already outdated. So learn and apply. That's how you're gonna get far. Yeah. Apart from that, subscribe to MYD podcast. We always have great guests, as you have seen today, a lot of value to share. If you love us now, you're gonna love us more tomorrow. So subscribe, like, and let me know who else do you want. If you want Wilbard, you know what to do. Wilbard, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule and coming here to share the knowledge for people. And how can people find you?
Okay, very easy. My names are Wilbard Mallya. Mallya of double L, Wilbard Mallya. So when you go on Facebook, you search the name Wilbard Mallya, you'll get my page. When you go to Instagram, you can search Wilbard Mallya, or the handle is Wilbard. It's Bardy, BARDY WILBARD, Bardy Wilbard. Yeah, that's how you can get me on Instagram as well. And on all other platforms, those are the places you can get me. And through my Instagram, through my my Facebook, anywhere you send me a DM, I'm a person who always reply DM. I'm a business person. So when I get a DM, I know this is a client, so I definitely reply all my DMs. So if you go through my post, you'll see maybe my contacts, or just send me a DM. I'll definitely get back to you.
Yeah, just don't come asking for money. We have the information, we have the products.
Yes.
Yeah, but you gotta offer value to get money. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Director Barrow, for the setup, for the camera and everything. See you on the next episode. Bye.